I want to talk to you about what it means to exhaust all of your remedies. An exhaustion of remedies is a concept effectively saying that you've gone through every available opportunity to be able to get a remedy to your particular situation. Now you're probably sitting here going, I'm so confused. How does that play out? Okay. Exhaustion of remedies actually you'll see it in operations, whether it be in internal processes for a company, whether it be administrative process that you have to go through, whether it be civil context that you have to go through, or even criminal context. But let me just give you a great example. So for instance, let's say you were discriminated in the workplace. One of the first things you have to ask yourself is, before you jump into lawsuits or filing a lawsuit, in some states, depending on which venue you file, what they effectively say is, we want you to try to go through these steps first. Go through every one of those steps, and if you haven't been able to get the outcome that you're looking for, then you go to the next one. So what does that mean? How would it play out? Well, let's say, for instance, you have to go to your employer. So the first thing your employer wants you to do, in accordance with their internal process, is that they want you to go and bring the attention or the issue that you have a problem with up to your supervisor. Let's say that you've got a supervisor that you believe is being discriminatory to you. Or maybe just, let's not even use supervisor, let's use it a little different. Let's say that you have an employee, a coworker who's been doing something. So you go to the supervisor, you tell the supervisor, this employee is being racist or discriminatory or bigoted against me. What are you gonna do about it? So let's say the supervisor doesn't do anything and just says, well, I'll talk to them, but then the behavior continues. So then the next step is, within the course of the internal process, you're now supposed to file a complaint with HR. You file a complaint with HR, and HR investigates, nothing happens. And then if at that particular point, after filing a notification with HR, the internal process is that you then file it up to the next higher boss, and then you do that and nothing happens. So then you decide to go to the state civil rights organization. So that state civil rights organization is going to ask the question, have you exhausted all internal processes first? Which means, have you done everything you could internally to try to solve your problem before you came to us? So you've exhausted every option. So you've done everything you could there in that level. Then you go here to the state agency. So you file with the state agency, you file a complaint, they notify the employer responds, you respond back, they set you up for mediation, you sit in the mediation, that doesn't work out. And then all of a sudden what ends up happening is you get a determination. Let's just say in this example that they made the determination that nothing was, they couldn't find anything. They didn't say that the person didn't do it, but they also said they did or did not do it. In other words, what they've said is, we can't decide which way, but that's all we can do right now. But if you want to go further, here's a letter that says you've gone through every step possible, you can now sue in court. So then what ends up happening is you sue in court, you go through the state, the local level, the appeals level, and the Supreme Court level, and you haven't been able to get your outcome. Then you're done. There's nothing more you can do. Here's the kicker. The exhaustion of remedies, and there are probably countless videos that go a lot more detail than I do, and every state and every process has a little nuance, but just think of it like this. Have you done everything possible within a specific process in order to get an outcome that is favorable to you? Now let's be clear about this whole concept. It doesn't mean that you can keep going forever. At some point, you will have exhausted all remedies and there is no other remedy to get for yourself. So it's possible that you could go internally and not get a good result, admin and not get the result you're looking for, even the courts and not get the result that you look for. You've tried everything possible. So the whole concept of exhaustion of remedies is that if you've used every avenue possible to get the desired outcome that you're looking for.